Hello students, very good morning to all of you. This is my lecture number 10 of chapter 2. Chapter 2 is acids, bases and salt for class 10 chemistry. Today I am going to discuss in text question answer of chapter 2. Question number 1 is, when you have been given 3 test tubes. One of them contains distilled water and the other 2 contains an acidic solution and a basic solution respectively. If you are given only red litmus paper, how will you identify the contents of each test tube? Means, dear students, you have given 3 test tubes. One of them is distilled water and other 2 contains an acid solution and a base solution. But you have only one litmus paper, that is red litmus paper. Means, with the help of red litmus paper, you have to identify all solutions. Okay. Then now, how will you identify all 3 test tubes containing solution? First of all, we put the red litmus paper in all the test tubes turn by turn, means one by one. We put the red litmus paper in all the test tubes one by one. The solution which turns red litmus to blue will be a basic solution. The blue litmus paper formed here can now be used to test the acidic solution. In second step, we put the blue litmus paper in the remaining 2 test tubes one by one. The solution which turns the blue litmus red will be the acidic solution. When 2 solutions identify, then third solution already identified. Means, base turns red litmus to blue and acid turns blue litmus to red, and the solution which has no effect on any litmus paper will be neutral, and hence it will be distilled water. Now, in text question number 1 of page 12. Why should curd and sour substances not be kept in brass and copper vessels? Dear students, you know, curd and other sour substances contains acids which can react with the metals of brass and copper vessels to form toxic metals compound. Toxic metals compound means poisonous compounds which can cause food poisoning and damage our health. So sour substances contains acid and acid react with metals. That is why it forms toxic metals compound, and toxic metals compound is poisonous, by which food poisoning and damage our health. Now, which gas is usually liberated when an acid reacts with a metal? Illustrate with the help of an example. How will you test the presence of this gas? Dear students, when an acid reacts with a metal, then hydrogen gas is evolved, means liberated. For example, when dilute sulfuric acid react with zinc granules, then hydrogen gas is liberated and zinc sulfate solution is formed. Student, you know zinc is more reactive than hydrogen. When you put zinc metal in aqueous sulfuric acid, then zinc displaces hydrogen from aqueous sulfuric acid and it forms zinc sulfate, and during this reaction hydrogen gas is released. The presence of H2 gas is tested by burning it. The presence of H2 gas is tested by burning it. When a lighted match stick is brought near a gas jar containing H2 gas, it burns with a pop sound, making a little explosion. Now, next question is, metal compounds A react with dilute hydrochloric acid to produce effervescence. The gas evolved extinguishes a burning candle. Write a balanced chemical equation for the reaction if one of the compounds formed is calcium chloride. Dear students, the gas that extinguishes a burning candle is carbon dioxide, which is formed by the action of dilute hydrochloric acid on a metal carbonate and produces effervescence. Now, since one of the compounds formed is calcium chloride, it shows that the metal compound is calcium carbonate. Thus, the metal compound A is calcium carbonate. Thus, the metal compound A is calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate with dilute hydrochloric acid to form calcium chloride, CO2 and H2O. Dear students, when calcium carbonate react with hydrochloric acid, then calcium chloride, carbon dioxide and water is formed. Now next question is, why do hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, etc. show acidic character in aqueous solution while solution of compounds like alcohol and glucose do not show acidic character? Dear students, HCl and HNO3 means hydrochloric acid and nitric acid etc. show acidic character in aqueous solution because they ionize in aqueous solution. They gives H plus ion in aqueous solution, while solution of compounds like alcohol and glucose cannot ionize and release H plus ion in aqueous solution. That is why HCl and HNO3 gives acidic character, whereas alcohol and glucose does not show acidic character. The acidic character of a substance is due to the presence of H plus aqueous ions in its aqueous solution. HCl and HNO3 show acidic properties because they produce H plus ions when dissolved in water. The solution of compounds like alcohol and glucose do not show acidic character because they do not ionize in water to produce H plus ions. That is why they do not show acidic character. Now next question is, why does an aqueous solution of an acid conduct electricity? Dear students, the aqueous solution of an acid conducts electricity due to the presence of charged particles called ions in it. Due to presence of charged particles called ions in it, that is why aqueous solution of acid conduct electricity. For example, when hydrochloric acid is dissolved in water, then its aqueous solution contains H plus aqueous and Cl minus aqueous ion. These ions carry electric current, so due to the presence of H plus aqueous ions and Cl minus aqueous ions, a water solution of HCl conducts electricity. Now, why does dry HCl gas not change the color of dry litmus paper? Why does dry HCl gas does not change the color of dry litmus paper? Dry HCl gas does not change the color of dry litmus paper because it has no hydrogen ions, means H plus aqueous ions in it, which can impart acidic properties to it. Dear students, dry HCl gas does not contain H plus aqueous ions, and when a substance does not contain H plus aqueous ions, means it does not show acidic characteristics. That is why dry HCl gas does not change the color of litmus paper. Now last question of this video is, while diluting an acid, why is it recommended that the